Hey everyone, I wanted to put this video together because I really wanted to talk about the new moon that we have here on September 23rd and how that's also going to play an effect on next month's new moon eclipse. So the new moon that we have coming up here on September 23rd is actually going to be in the sign of Libra. So Libra, obviously, for anybody who's a Libra, it's all about partnerships, relationships, collaborations, working either with somebody else to maybe, further your career and finances and collaborations and working with others. It's almost like you can't move forward unless you're collaborating or working with somebody else. Now, the other thing too that I wanted to mention is that, okay, for one, the new moon that falls here on September 23rd is actually going to be in 1 degrees. Now, the new moon eclipse that we have on October 23rd will be in 0 degrees Scorpio. So an eclipse actually lasts 6 months. So when you have 0 degrees on any sign, it's usually a new beginning and a new ending. For instance, you're going to close one chapter in your life to move on to the next chapter in your life. Now, because we're dealing with partnerships, relationships, and Scorpio rules joint assets, resources, ventures, this could be maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you're ending a relationship. Maybe you're moving on and from living together with somebody. Maybe now everybody's moving apart from it. It could be maybe something that you're putting together or working together on a project or working with someone else to maybe, especially when it comes to finances, and now all of a sudden everybody's going their own direction. Maybe finally everything has come to a completion and an end, and especially if, let's say, in a career project, and now finally it's come to an end and now everybody is moving on. So now it's time to disperse and everybody goes off in their own direction. So it really kind of depends on what's been going on. Now, it's really a big deal because it's not just about what goes on here the next month or two, but it's really about what goes on for the next 6 months. So you really are trying to figure out, what it is that you're trying to work at in order to either move forward, to move to the next chapter. So the energy and the effect starts usually 30 days before an eclipse, new moon, full moon eclipse, it doesn't matter. So, of course, 30 days from that one eclipse would be in connection to this new moon, which is here in the next day. So, start kind of keeping an eye on the events coming up here that seem to have a correlation or a connection to things that happened for you even, years ago that you're going to see kind of like a repeated pattern, but this time things are different. When you have so many years go by, obviously you learn some lessons out of it. So start keeping an eye for the new moon all the way we get into the eclipse of next month. It does not help the situation that you have, or that we're going to have a Mercury retrograde starting October 4th. So even though the Mercury in the Mercury retrograde actually happens to fall in Scorpio. So if you know a little bit of astrology, anywhere where Scorpio falls in your house, in your birth chart, is really where you want to focus at the most, because the new moon eclipse on October 23rd falls in Scorpio. Mercury retrograde falls in Scorpio. So obviously it tells you, something's coming up in Scorpio. What is going on in Scorpio? Whether, like for instance, for Leos, it's the 4th house of home. For Aquarius, it's in the career house. For Libras, it has to do with finances, earned income, making more money. So it depends. If you're kind of a little lost, like, well, where is all this happening here? You could always go to my horoscopes, read them at, thepsychicone.com. You can also go to or anybody else's horoscopes, definitely, mine you can read on my monthly horoscopes. October horoscopes will be coming out at the end of this month. So definitely I am putting out information about the retrograde, the eclipse. So you'll definitely have all that information there. But for this new moon, you can always go to my weekly horoscope, my monthly horoscope to find out what's going on and what's coming up. So just keep an eye out for that. Obviously, like I said, one door closing, one door opening has to do with some kind of partnerships, collaborations, joint ventures, assets, resources, material items, big purchases. Obviously, there's a lot going on with that, joint ventures and resources and stuff like that. So there's a lot happening, and especially a lot of it is going to be happening the next 6 months. So look out for that. Like I said, a lot of it starts here this, coming up new moon. And if you don't already have an idea of what's been going on, this new moon really will get everything going, will take an effect even stronger with that eclipse coming up next month. And it's going to continue on all the way to, literally all the way to the end of next year. So it's starting now, but it's going to continue on for the next, almost about a good 12 months. So keep an eye out for that, because definitely you're going through some changes there, and we're all going to feel it. We're all going to feel it. So starting here now, so just keep an eye out for that, and just be aware. And like I said, read my horoscopes at thepsychicone.com, and you'll definitely be able to get a lot more information about that. Talk to you soon.